Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers from around the world. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for tonight's show. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have utmost pleasure of announcing a new partnership with MK Studios with the Q8 Pilot channel. What this means is that I have access to all their scenery, and which is great news because then I can showcase all their scenery here on the Q8 Pilot channel and tell you quite honestly what I think of their scenery packages, so that you can make an informed decision on whether you want to invest in these sceneries or not. But of course, as you can see, this is the very first airport from MK Studios Gerona, or Lima Echo Golf Echo, and it is just a fabulous little airport in Spain. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be flying from Gerona to San Sabastian across the Spanish-French borders. It should be a very interesting flight aboard the Boeing business jet, which is the first time I fly this aircraft. It's quite a large aircraft for our route today for the destination, San Sebastian. But it should be fun, and San Sabastian is known to have very strong turbulence and very strong winds, so it's going to be rather challenging to land the aircraft on a short runway, as in extreme conditions as well. So we're going to have a lot of turbulence, lots of wind, and but the approach is a breathtaking approach into San Sabastian. We are going to be cruising at 30,000 feet for our flight today. And of course, we are going to be using all the available features in GSX Pro today, including custom passenger routes and things like that at our destination airport. And depending on what you guys want me to do in the end, we are going to look at the live traffic program. I want to welcome all of you guys to this live stream, beginning with my very good friend Rand Cooley. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with me here in this live stream. And I want to welcome also Morgus1. Welcome aboard. Boeing Corp. Hello, my friend. Greetings from Logan, New Jersey. Rashal Mack, thank you very much, guys, for being members here at the channel. We have with us today the Witcher Kuwait. Hello, my friend from Kuwait. Hello, my friend. Welcome, homeboy. And we have Mika Morgan. Hello, Mika. Glad to have you with us. We have Killed Nilsson. Hello, my friend. Welcome. And thank you very much, Rishal. Appreciate it. And Jose Riviera, welcome aboard. How are you doing? The CPU is the bottleneck. Yes, for sure. Martis, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And of course, folks, there will be the very first member-only stream during the week. And I'm going to tell you now, it's going to be the new version of the Sparky 747 for X-Plane 12. It's going to be a member exclusive this week on the channel. All right. So what we're going to do now is we are going to use GSX Pro to get our aircraft going. Let's come over here to GSX, and we are going to request refueling. We're going to use the default, and we are then going to go here again, and we're going to request the catering
until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
All right, we're going to do just that. That's fine, and we'll use that. And we're also going to come here and use the request. Let's see here. Request boarding.
Boarding requested.
All right, perfect. So we have all the vehicles now coming to the aircraft, and let's see here. Let's take a look. All the aircraft, all the vehicles, all the service vehicles should be now coming to the aircraft, as you can see here. Fuel truck as well. Excellent. All right.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
All right, perfect. Thank you for letting us know. We're going to start prepping the aircraft. We're going to begin here by turning on the battery switch on, and we're going to bring the ground power unit. Hola, M Flyer Robin. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. We'll have to try the Gulf 550. Yeah, I mean, I looked at the aircraft, but we'll see about that.
To set the desired fuel quantity.
All right, let's take a look here at our fuel. Let's see. 5.4 kilos, that's 5,400. Oh, looks like...
Have a great flight and thanks for all the great streams.
Well, Boeing Corp just came in with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much, Boeing Corp. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it very much. Thank you. That's very generous of you. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you. All right, fuel. We need 5,400 kilos of fuel. And that's about 16. It's a short hop to San Sabastian. And we're going to go to the payload, and we're going to enter our zero fuel, which is 42.3. 42.3 is set. Perfect.
Use your airplane fuel system.
Wow, that gives us no passengers. No passengers, no fuel. Well, let's go ahead and just add some, let's say,
boarding starting.
25 guests. All right, so this is a business jet, so, all right. So here we're going to go back. And we're going to go to the FMC. Let's take a quick look here at what's going on in the background. There's the refueling truck. And it looks like refueling is completed. I really like GSX Pro. It really does add a lot to... why is it complaining about the fuel still? Let's go back to... Here, let's go to the menu. FS Actions, Fuel.
Crew boarding starting.
I think we've set how much fuel we want. Why is it complaining about the fuel? Let's see here. Fuel truck in
Please
position.
use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
All right, let's come to... oh, I think I know what it wants. All right, so let's go to the menu. FS Actions, Ground Services. We're going to go to the next page, Fuel. So we're going to put 5,400 for the target. There we go. And now it should start fueling the aircraft, hopefully.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's do the following. Let's come here, and we are going to...
Your crew passenger's bus is coming.
Let's see here. Restart. All right. It's going to give us some trouble here, so we're just going to make sure all of them... All right, I'm going to go ahead and set the FMC while GSX starts, and we'll just request boarding. It looks like it has restarted already. So request boarding. There we go. All right, we'll take a look at that in just a minute here. That's fine. All right, let's go to IDIT. All right, well, everything is looking good here. And we have with us Osama Al-Moussawi. Good evening, sir. Greetings from the Netherlands. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you. All right, we're going to go to position in it. We are at Lima Echo Golf Echo. And, we need to set the IRSs. All right, let's go back up here real quick. And we're going to set the ADIRs to nav mode. Excellent. And everything here, we can put the yaw damper on. And let's see here. Of course, it's going to switch back until the IRSs are on nav. Now we can see it's extinguished. And then we can turn on the left after fuel pump. And let's see here. Everything here looks good. Emergency light is armed. And everything here is good. We're going to turn on the window heat. Window heat is on. Hydraulics are on. And we're going to put the pack on auto. Final altitude today is 30,000 feet. Landing altitude, we can just leave actually at 50. And everything else here looks good. All right, let's, while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and test the airspeed, Mach, and stall warning tests. Excellent. All is looking good here. And we're going to also test the APU fire test. Checks okay. Cargo fire test. Checks okay. And all the tests are Okay, all right, very good. We can start the APU whenever we are ready. Perfect. All right, and
Pilot's
we can now
boarding starting.
we can go back to the. Let's take a look here at the outside. All right, looks like here are the cabin crew are now boarding the aircraft. Cyber Benjamin, hello, my friend. Is this a sponsored stream? In what way? No, it's not sponsored stream. The scenery is sponsored by MK Studios, the channel new partners. Here we have the crew boarding the aircraft, and the baggage carts are on their way as well. All right, pilots are on board. All right, let's go ahead and set the FMC. We are going to go to the next page, select our GPS position, go back, stick it here, go to the route, and the origin airport is Lima Echo Golf Echo, which is Gerona Airport, and the destination today is Lima Echo Sierra Oscar, or San Sabastian. We are today Q8 2574. Q8 2574. That's our flight number, and we're going to go to the departure. The departure today is going to be through runway 01. Runway 01. And through the, let's see, the Mamo to Gulf departure. Let's go to the route, go to the next page, and from the next page, Carl Childers, hello, my friend, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us this evening, sir. Thank you very much for being here and for all your support. All right, so the passenger bus is on its way, and we can go now and enter our flight plan. We are going to take Hotel 110, and we're going to exit this airway at Rebol. Excellent. And then it's Gulf 23 to with an exit at Papa November. And then it's Romeo 10 to Sierra November. Sierra November. And then it is our arrival into San Sabastian through the SSN1 Tango Star, runway 22, VDM approach, runway 22, and it's going to be through the SSN transition. We're going to go to the route, activate, and execute. Let's take a look here at our flight plan real quick. Looks like there's one disco. And there are a few things we're going to remove as we approach San Sabastian. We're going to go ahead and say, we'll take a look at our flight plan in just a moment. But yeah, we are going to change a few things as we approach San Sabastian. And again, for those of you just joining the stream, it is quite a challenging approach. VR does not do good with this aircraft. Probably not. Captain Roan, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. All right, so everything's done here. Let's go ahead and set up the performance. 46.0 fuel is set. The reserves for our flight today is going to be about 2,000. So we're just going to put the number 2 here. That's 2,000. And the cost index for the flight is 65. Woo. All right, 65. Is entered, and the final cruise altitude today is 30,000 feet. The cruise wind is 206.19er, 216 and 19 knots for the wind, and that's there. And the transition altitude here at Gerona is 6,000 feet. So we're going to enter that here and execute. N1 limit, we're going to G-rate our takeoff, and then go to the takeoff page and put flaps 5. And center of gravity, 23.3% gives us a trim of 4.45. a V1 of 122, V-rotate of 122, and V2 of 134. All right, let's go ahead and set our trim to 4.45 units. And if we look down here, it's almost actually there. All right, I love the sound of the trim there, trim wheel. All right, everything is set here. 140, what was it? 134. 134 is set here. 134. And flight directors are on both sides. The altitude, final cruise altitude is 30,000 feet, so we're going to set that here. 30,000 feet is set. Excellent. Everything here looks good. Auto brake to rejected takeoff. And let's go ahead and start the APU. Now, in the meantime, while our passengers board the aircraft, I'm going to show you this. Let's see here. Let's come here and take a look at Gerona. Now, one thing you'll notice is how detailed the scenery is, and just look at the multi-story parking here. You have all the cars are actually in the parking. How cool is that? Yeah. All right, so we look here, beautiful brown textures. Again, I compared real footage because I'm not aware, I haven't been to this airport in real life, so I really looked at airports of the pictures of the airport in real life, and it looks actually pretty good. Yeah, there's the control tower there, and you can just kind of look over the airport from the control tower, which is always nice. Again, some nice details. Again, I love this the entrance here, Gerona Costa Brava. Yeah, and of course you have the the passengers inside the terminal. So they're not, they don't move, so they're not animated, but the interior of the airport is done reasonably well. I mean, I don't really care much for the interior of airports. Some are really detailed, but this one actually is pretty good. Yeah. Very nice airport. If you like to fly in Spain, this is one airport by MK Studios, which is a very well developed airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I do like it. Very easy on the frames, quite detailed. Again, you can see here the rooftops. You can see even the air conditioning ducting system and the actual air conditioning units. Boarding is complete in time for us to go back to the aircraft here, and we can see all the all the ground services being dismissed. And the other doors are probably open from the catering trucks earlier. All right, we can go and close the... let's take a look here. All right, so APU is available. We can turn on the APU, and we turn on the APU bleed. Let's turn off the engine bleeds. And everything else here looks good. We're good for engine start. We're going to turn on the anti-collision lights. Right now, I don't see any issues with the internet, Mika. So no problems whatsoever on my side here. I'm having a very healthy stream as we speak. So it could be your side. I'm not sure. All right, so everything here is looking good, and we are ready to actually close the doors and get going. So let's see here, close. All right, let's close those doors here. Closing doors, return, and we're going to return here once more. We are going to go to the FMC, put this on climb. And let's go to the menu here real quick, FS Actions, and we're going to go to the ground services. We are going to now release the ground power, and we're going to set our brakes. To do this, we must hold the toe brakes and set the brake. And now we can remove the chocks. Chocks are removed, and we are ready to go. We don't need to push back. We're simply going to... taxi forward, make a right turn, and head over to the runway, which is runway 01. Actually, no, the runway 01 is right over there. So, yeah. All right. let's go ahead and set our TCAS real quick. Just so that 1, 2, 3, 4 works for me. All right, and we're good to go. All right, so everything is good here. We're ready for engine start, and we're going to turn on the fuel pumps. All right, and we're going to turn off the hydraulic pumps for engine start, and packs are off as well. And we are now ready to start the engine number 2. Goes to ground, and we're going to watch the engines spooling here. Which one did we start? Oh, we started that one. That's okay. So engine is spooling. All right, 20%. 23, 24. Let's give it fuel. We should always start engine 2, then engine 1, but that's all right. And now we have, just look at this beautiful aircraft. Very, very nice indeed. Nice texturing as well by PMDG. All right, we have a start here on the right engine. So what we're going to do is we are going to turn this back on high. Isolation valve is closed. Engine bleed is on. There we go. And now we can start the engine number 2. We kind of did the reverse today, but that's all right. All right, let's head back here. Return, return. FMC, we're going to go to the LEGE page. And all is looking good. So it looks like most of you guys would like to see the live traffic program. And we'll talk a little bit about it, and then I'll show you once we land at San Sabastian. And it looks like we can give it some fuel now. All right, fuel. We don't have much fuel actually today, but it is sufficient for our flight. All right, let's can show this in meters. So that's 30,000 feet is about 9,100 meters. All right, all's good here. All right, we have a good start on both engines, and we can come up here now and turn on the gen. It's still starting. What does it say here? Engine fail. Why is that? All right, let's do the following. And let's see. Engine fail. All right, let's start it one more time. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get it started this time. Looks like it's all right. Hopefully. Duncan, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. All right, looks like we have a good start now, and the gen, perfect. All right, engine mode selector to continuous, and we can now turn on the hydraulics. We're going to turn on the probe heat, packs to auto, isolation valve to auto, engine bleeds on, APU bleed off, and APU goes to the off position. And runway turn off lights and taxi lights are on. And let's set our flaps. Flaps 5 for departure. And this business jet is equipped with the HUD, and I'm not sure if it's going to be helpful for our landing, but I'm going to warn you guys now, the landing at San Sabastian is going to be very rough. It's good to have you here with us, Duncan, as well. Thank you very much for being here and for your support, my friend. Truly appreciate it. The runway is actually a very short runway, so we're more than likely going to do flaps 40 today. But the approach itself, the San Sebastian Airport is just really known for very strong turbulence and some very strong winds. So we'll worry about that once we are airborne. We'll take a look at everything there. But for the time being, we're ready to go, so let's go ahead and release the parking brake and head over to runway 01 for departure. Parking brake is released, and let's give it just a little bit of power here and taxi to the runway. All right, here we go. And by the way, guys, for the live traffic, looks like most of you wants to see it, so we're going to go after the stream. After we landed San Sebastian, we're going to head to Los Angeles International Airport for some plane spotting, and I'll give you my thoughts on this live traffic program. There we go. We are good there. Just look at that beautiful wing view. Very nice airport by MK Studios. You can see the detailed ground textures there. Fantastic. Let's start the captain clock. Look at that. What a beast of an aircraft. Very nice details on the wings as well. I've recently made more changes to my NVIDIA control panel, and that has resulted in a much smoother experience on both the X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator. Maybe I'll make a video. I just don't like to make too many videos where, there isn't much value in them. So I'd like to kind of pack things and do one stream. Yeah, the textures are absolutely brilliant, Rishal. They're just phenomenal. Very, very nice airport by MK Studios. And wait until you see San Sebastian. They've done a remarkable job there as well. And we'll take a look at that as soon as we land as well. And here we are coming to runway 01 for a departure. Landing lights are on. Strobe lights are on. Wing lights are on. And while we're at it, let's turn on the fasten seatbelt and non-smoking signs. And let's see here, terrain. And we're gonna have the traffic. Our climb profile is set. All right. Excellent. And we are lined up, runway 01, ready for takeoff. All right. 40%. Parking brakes released. And toga. We need our auto throttle there. There we go. Even the runway textures are custom at this airport. Checked. Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gears going up. beautiful departure out of Gerona. All right, let's go to VNav. Speed check, flaps up. Right, and LNAV. Auto brake to the off position. Wow, this is really nice, guys. Look at that. All right, and autopilot 1 is engaged. Coming up to our transition altitude, 6,000 feet. Bear reference, standard. Definitely Boeing Corp. The flight dynamics have improved drastically with the last version. I'm the only one who can't decide between MSFS and X-Plane. If I want features from the other, I don't have enough disk space for both. That's always a problem, yeah. Let's take a look here at the outside real quick. What a fantastic looking scene here. Just look at that. Beautiful. Flying over Spain actually is very, very beautiful, and that's something I've noticed when I've done a couple of flights in and around Gerona and San Sabastian, and I noticed that the terrain underneath is just really breathtaking. All right, that's our turn. We are above 10,000, so we're going to turn off the lights. The engine mode selectors go to off, wing lights are off, and everything else here looks pretty good. Let's just take a quick look to make sure everything is in the right. Yeah, everything looks good to me. Perfect. What a nice, nice departure out of Gerona. Can we take a cabin during the flight? Absolutely, Boeing Corp, of course. Now, the one thing while we do it, while we're flying, it's a little difficult to keep it straight, but yeah, we'll definitely do that. Looking good. Nice day. We picked a nice day to fly. But that's going to... So if we look at the weather information at Gerona, so we have Verbos winds. Let's see here. So it's showing 310, 6 knot wind, but once we get there, I'm sure it's going to be, there is some Verbos wind there as well. So it's you'll feel it once we get there. Have you flown the X-Plane Challenger 650? Oh yes, several times. Willie Camel, hello my friend, welcome. Glad to have you with us this evening. By the way, folks, today, I don't know if you have my Instagram account or not. My RTX 4090 has arrived this morning via FedEx in beautiful condition. I'm very, very excited to start building my new rig. I'm waiting now for the 139K processor to arrive possibly on Monday via DHL. So I'm waiting for that, and I've also ordered a cooler. So I've ordered, I can't remember. I think it's, is it a Corsair? I'm not sure about the brand, but I've ordered something that works with the LGH 1700 chipset. So yeah. Alexandra just became a subscriber of the channel. Welcome aboard. I got my very own violin yesterday. That was $750. Wow! Congratulations! You played the violin. How cool! I love the violin. I absolutely love the violin. Right, 22,000, about 8,000 feet to go. You're going to have a crazy good setup once more. I'm planning on that, Duncan. Yeah, it's going to be a beast of a machine. But yeah. I mean, I waited so long. I think I've upgraded my existing system is quite old now, and I've waited. I've upgraded. The same machine had the 1080 Ti, and then I upgraded to the 2080, then the 3090, and so yeah, it's about time that I get a brand new rig with a brand new motherboard and all that good stuff. We have a new VVIP member, Gino2436. Welcome aboard to the Q8 Pilot Channel exclusive membership. And you did it right in time, because we are going to have the very first member-only stream this week, and it's going to be the new version of the Sparky 744 for X-Plane 12. And I tell you guys, it is absolutely amazing. I mean, the amount of work they put in this aircraft is just phenomenal. Hey, Captain, I have an RTX 4090, but I have no frame generation option on HAGs. Turn on, but I do not have the option. Well, I think you need to turn on, if you're talking about DLSS 3, you need to turn it on from within the game. You need to have hardware acceleration turned on in order for you to harness all those additional frames. Yeah. Exactly, very impressive. Yeah, the 1080 Ti to the 3090, all on the same system. I just made a few upgrades here and there, but it's an aging system now. It's been what, 4 or 5 years now, the same system. So it's about time that I get a brand new system. I'm still going to utilize the existing system, which is still a very powerful system with a 3090. A 5 gigahertz processor. I'm going to use it for all my production work, but I'm going to keep the new rig only for the flight sim software and scenery and all that good stuff. I'm also buying some hefty SSDs with 2 terabyte M.2s. There's going to be 4 of them. One is going to be the main on the PCI 5 socket, and the other 3 are going to be on the PCI 4. So yeah, I should have plenty of space to do all that good stuff. And the bill is actually looking pretty scary for that PC. But I'm buying the pieces in, I'm not buying everything in one go. As the parts become available, I'm purchasing them, and it's very, very hard to get some of the hardware, especially the 4090. Was a struggle to really get it, and the prices are just astronomical. I think the vendors are taking advantage of the scarcity of the card in the market and really jacking up the prices. So yeah, Gino2436 just gifted 5 Q8 pilot memberships. Thank you very much for your generosity and your kindness. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, Gino. Guys, if you've received a membership from Gino, please do make sure that you thank him. That's very kind of you, sir. Thank you. Very, very kind of you. Thank you very much for your kindness. And guys, while you're at it, and if you're enjoying the stream, please hit that like button for me. It really does help the channel. And we can turn off the profile, the climb profile. And we can look at our speed there. Everything looks good. Top of descent in 193 nautical miles. As you can see, very short flight into San Sabastian. Now, Boeing Corp wanted us to take a tour at the cabin. Let me just make this a little bit, here. All right. So I think what we can do is just make this a little bit faster. Here, the business jet has a really nice cabin and very unique cabin. So let's go here. So you can see that there is a nice meeting table here with some croissant and a laptop and a cup of coffee. Of course, branded PMDG. So that's nice. Very nice interior overall. Nice carpet work. And you've got your shower here. Very nice. So you can definitely take a shower and get all freshened up before landing. And back to the meeting room here with some fruits being served for our business clients. And more seatings here for more of our guests aboard this business jet to San Sebastian. And again, I think they have a thing with croissant here, so they have some. And finally, for the media and newspaper reporters, we have this sort of economic class for them here. Still nice seats, quite comfy. But yeah, overall, I think it looks pretty good. And PMDG has really done a very good job with their entire fleet of aircraft. And this actually looks very nice. I do like it. I think they've done very well here. Yeah. Yeah, looks good. Back in the cockpit, everything is going as it should. And ladies and gentlemen, Gino just gifted another 5 Q8 pilot memberships here on the channel. Thank you very much. Very, very generous of you, sir. Thank you very much. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. And that means that all of you guys will be able to watch the members only stream this week of the Sparky 744. All right, so everything here is looking good. Let's just take a quick look at the outside, guys. Just look at the beautiful terrain underneath. This is just absolutely breathtaking. Look at that. That's just really beautiful. All right. Okay, so we're going to come here to our flight plan very quickly, and I'm going to set this on plan, and we're going to probably take this down a notch here so we can see exactly what's going on. And another 5 memberships gifted from Gino2436. Thank you very much, sir, for your generosity and support. Appreciate it. I really don't know what to say. You leave me speechless, but thank you very much. Thank you. You're very kind. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. So if we go to our flight plan here real quick, you will notice there are a few strange things. So let's go to step, and if we go here to the final approach, all right, here. So right here you'll see all this strange things happening. So we're going to clean that up. All right. So we're going to go to the next page. we need this one here, SSN 13. It will lead us into the center fix for our approach. So this one we need, but this one, SSN 5 track, we can delete. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to delete this one. All right, no need to delete it. We're just going to come here and put that here and say enter. Now this looks a little bit better, but then if we go back here, it's SSN from, let's see here. So I'm going to select this one here and enter that. And now we have a much better looking approach as we come into SSN 13, which is here. This is LESO. So this one is LESO. And if we step in, it will take us to PPN. Then it takes us to Tripo, SSN, and then LESO, which is this one here, decel. That's the turn into the center fix for runway 22. We're performing, by the way, a BDM approach today, and then it's the final fix towards runway 22 at San Sabastian. So that looks now pretty good to me. SSN, and then if we do step through, that's LESO, and then SSN 13 track, center fix, final fix, and then the runway. Perfect. Excellent. Now we can switch this back to map, and all's looking good. There is, of course, no ILS frequency or anything like that. Thank you very, very much, Gino, for your generosity and your support. I truly appreciate it, sir. Guys, if you... they just keep coming. Please, guys, if you have received a membership from Gino, please make sure you do thank him for his kindness. That's really, really very kind of you, sir. Thank you very much. You're very, very generous. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have the same... I'm not sure. I didn't follow your chat there, guys. Sorry. What setting makes the distant membership... What setting makes the distant scenery clear? My scenery is blurry. Is it? But by the way, if your scenery is blurry, it very well may be your internet connection. Have you checked that? Steve Bennett, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Distant scenery blurry. Yeah, thanks, Ren. Yeah, it very well may be your internet connection, but it also could be conflicting sceneries. If you have rolling cache, make sure you clear it and check that. And I would also recommend that you use the Google Maps replacement just to make sure that it isn't something wrong, because if you use it, it will download brand new images, and then you can basically eliminate your bandwidth as the issue. It's only far in the distance when cruising. Oh, really? That's really strange. Just look at that, guys. The Spanish terrain here. We're flying over Spain, and the terrain is just wow. I just love it. Very, very unique. The terrain over flying over Spain is just really a joy. Very nice indeed. You know, those circles, they remind me of flying out of Denver, Colorado. You see a lot of those. Right, we're looking good. About 92 nautical miles from top of descent. I'm going to go ahead now and reset the MCP altitude to our initial approach altitude of 2,500 feet. Actually 2,100 feet. So let's do that. 2,100 feet is now set. We're ready for the top of descent whenever the aircraft arrives there. No, Q8, the Google Maps mod messes with the core files. It's all right, but you'll get a lot of computer warning from what I've heard. Microsoft doesn't recommend it. I definitely didn't have any issues with it. Suggesting is that you try it out just to make sure that it is not actually the bandwidth. That was just my suggestion there. Are you using Xenviro 2020? No, I'm not. Does kill FSLTL does kill FPS. Try lowering the number of aircraft which can spawn. Yes, it does, without a doubt. Yeah, the new version is much better, but yeah, it does kill frames. And by the way, the thing is, the aircraft, when you spawn aircraft, they actually compete with your, they compete with your sim for the CPU power. And Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane, for that matter, are still very much single core dependent. And so you're loading all of these on the same thread. And that is going to, bring down your CPU. Your CPU is going to suffer. So make sure that you keep this number down. And what I've noticed, or what I normally do, is I keep all the parked aircraft at 0. So I disable parked aircraft so that I only get the IFR flights on the ground and up in the air. And that really is much better in terms of performance, because every aircraft that is parked at the gate is actually, it creates a thread for it. And it's eventually going to eat up of, your CPU. Usable with 2 parked and 10 off more. I would say just remove the park. 2, by the way, 2 parked, it means 20%. So it doesn't mean 2 aircraft. It means 20% of the actual ground traffic at the airport will be spawned. And that 20% is a lot. And by the way, folks, you need to make sure that the block time for removal is set to 120 seconds. I know in my original tutorial I showed that as 30, but they fixed the issue since the last update, and that needs to be set to 120. I do have a note on that tutorial video, but yeah, you need to set that at 120. And I would say just disable the ground traffic completely and use only IFR. I get, so for example, I start seeing degradation at performance with 80 IFR flights at an airport like Los Angeles International, for example. On average, on a smaller airports, I lose about 3-4 FPS in total, which is, okay, acceptable. But in larger airports, yeah, I get like 15 frames drop when, you have a lot of airports spawning. All right, we are now 50 nautical miles or so from San Sabastian, and let me just go down here, about 59 nautical miles. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at the outside again, the beautiful mountains here in Spain. And the terrain is just fantastic. I mean, I'll tell you, Spanish pilots are very lucky because they get to see this every day. And that's quite a scene, really. Very, very nice. Let's bring up some lights here into the... let me turn this here. We're going to just bring some lights as it's kind of getting dark here a little bit. And right there. Perfect. Let's go here to the overhead panel. And panel lights. And by the way, I don't think that I've connected MSFS here, so let me connect it. My SimToolkit Pro wasn't connected, so we are actually pretty close now to our destination. That's a nice view right there. And I'm not going to promise you guys any butter today. I'm going to be very happy if I land the aircrafts in one piece and and not have an incident at San Sabastian today. Especially that, you know, we're flying business executives today from Gerona, so hopefully they'll enjoy the ride. What do you use for IFR? Do you mean like flight planning, Steve? Airport and plane spotting VR, you're talking of FSLTL or PSXT plus real traffic? No, I was talking about FSLTL. I haven't yet delved into PSXT and real traffic, but we will after this, after we land at San Sabastian. So, by the way, guys, I know I told you guys I might have the PC build ready by next week, but that is probably going to be delayed a little bit because of the thermal that I use on the heatsink is not available, unfortunately, in Kuwait. I called the store and it looks like it's out. So I ordered the thermal paste, and I'm very particular about what I use for thermal paste. So I'm waiting for. I've ordered that from Amazon this morning, and it's arriving on the 15th of November. So that's about 2 weeks away, and I insist on using that thermal paste and nothing else. So yeah, it's going to be delayed a little bit. But what I'm going to do is show you the parts as they come, and sort of build this PC with you guys. So I want to get you guys involved. And on the day I actually start unpacking, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. I'll take pictures and so on and so forth and show you exactly what I'm doing. And yeah. Alright, we can see the top of descent mark here on the display. Right here. TD, top of descent. And we're almost now at our destination. Weather is nice so far. What am I using for the, let me see here. Let me get to, here, I can tell you exactly what I'm using. So I am using, actually here, I'm going to just put this on for you guys. Oh, come on. Alright, so this is the, alright, I'm going to put it in chat. This is the thermal paste that I use. It's a little bit expensive, but it's incredible. It's just really the best thermal paste that you can use. I saw your post regarding X-Enviro-Stream. Yeah, Stephen. Breaded Aviator, welcome aboard, my friend, to the Q8 Pilot channel. I know that's like Australia's always last. We didn't get Netflix until 2:15. IFR value in FST. So the IFR value is 80. I use 80. Is your computer connected directly to a router or via Wi-Fi? I'm connected to a Wi-Fi Boeing Corp. I won't, Stephen. I won't. Was there a particular problem viewing the stream, Boeing Corp, or was that just curiosity? Parasim, is it cheaper building a PC or buying a ready-built one? Of course, buying your own would be cheaper, and that's simply because when you buy something like Dell or Dell Alienware, or you buy HP, or part of what you pay for is the brand name. So a lot of the price is actually the brand name, and now to an extent you do pay for that as well when you're buying the parts. Like for example, when you buy ASUS or versus MSI versus Zotac versus Gigabyte, But then that is on top of that, you know, you'll be paying for more with the brand name, with a big brand name. Just curiosity because of my blurry distance scenery issue. Oh, I see, Boeing 4. No, I'm connected over Wi-Fi. Never had really any issues with blurry textures. Yeah, let's look at the first officer side here and look over the beautiful mountains here in Spain. I've been to Spain many times in the past. Beautiful country, really, lots of fun. Right, we're coming up to top of descent. And the aircraft should automatically begin the descent towards San Sabastian. Yeah, exactly. Steve, I've already received it this morning. I received the 4090 this morning, and I was very thrilled when, you know, when I came home and you know, I was informed that FedEx came and delivered something for me. Of course, I'm the only one who knew it was a 4090, and yeah, it's a huge card. Goodness gracious, it's just a giant of a graphic card. Now I think I'm gonna also need a bigger case because the cooler that I got is also a huge cooler. Yeah, I'm gonna be very, very particular about the cooling this time. And ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the top of descent, and as you can see, the aircraft has begun the descent towards our final destination here along the French-Spanish border. And of course, we are now on our way to San Sabastian. We are going to turn on the... Actually, we left them on all the time, so we're going to just leave them on. And here we go. We're beginning the descent. As you can see here, a very beautiful sight of the Spanish territory here, closer to the French borders. And this PMDG, you know, business jet is just, I love those wings. Just looks fantastic. Very, very nice. And hopefully I won't forget, let me just actually bring up the flight control replay. Now, we are going to use 4.5. I'm just going to tell you guys, I do have access to a version 5 of flight control replay, and it's actually a huge improvement over this version. Unfortunately, I'm under strict NDA and I'm unable to show it to you guys in the stream, so I'm forced to use version 4.5 for the stream due to the NDA. Alright, so if we look here, we need to expedite our descent a little bit. Ooh, look at that, 4,000, gee. Yeah, so we don't have much time left, but hopefully we'll be able to make it in terms of the altitude. We are a bit off, so we're a bit too high for our current sector, but we should be able to correct that momentarily. We will slow down the aircraft and begin the, you know, it's actually descending at a reasonable rate now. But actually, once we reach the area, once we reach the Sierra Sierra in November, it actually ends very quickly right after that. So yeah, just look at that. Very, very nice. I think I'm going to do more flights in Spain in the future, and maybe we'll do it in a GA aircraft where we fly low and slow and just really appreciate the beautiful mountains and the beautiful terrain. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and let's see, we are descending at, alright, let's go to VS mode, and I'm going to reduce our speed to 220 knots. Alright, here we go, 220 is set, and let's go ahead and extend the speed brake. Alright, that's good. That should help us descend a little faster. and begin reducing our speed. Bear reference is actually 6,000, but that's all right. Let's do that. Continue to reduce our speed and altitude. I think we should be fine. If we look at the, so 5,000, we should be above 5,500, then 4,000. Yeah, we don't have much time left, so I'm going to just leave the aircraft in the current configuration. And the airport is somewhere over there, by the way. Maybe somewhere there. So let's just continue the descent. And now you can actually start noticing the turbulence as we approach San Sabastian. And what is the difference between the 737-800 and 73? Well, for one, they are the 737-700. The BBJ is a 700 variant. It's smaller, so less range, less capacity, and yeah. You can now start feeling the turbulence as we approach San Sabastian. In this area, I think it's due to the mountainous terrain around it. It's just full of turbulence, and the weather is quite violent, which we will come to witness as we arrive into the airport. This is runway 22 right there, so it's right somewhere right there. Alright, we're coming up to 10,000, so we're going to turn on the landing lights. You can see the very violent turbulence taxi as well, and wing lights. Wow, look at that. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, back in the cockpit, we are down to 8,000. We're still looking good. We can reduce the rate of descent a little bit. Let's go to 3,000. Actually, we can go to 2,500 now and help reduce the speed a little further. Alright, let's go ahead and do one thing here. So we're going to go and we're going to do flaps 40, and the final speed is 124. 124 is set. Perfect. And that's what I'm aiming at, 220. Here comes the turn. We can reduce our rate of descent further to 2,000 feet per minute. We're looking good. Just look at that sight, guys. Wow, that is beautiful. Excellent. Let's go to 1,500 feet per minute. And that should help us reduce our speed further. We're looking good. And that's our turn here. We're going to turn, and that's the runway there. Going to be an interesting approach. The scenery is Alicante is lovely too. Gibraltar and interesting. Yeah, definitely. Both are very good suggestions. Drashal, breathtaking areas really in the world. Has more range than BBJ 2. It's just a question of more room in the cabin. Yeah. Thanks for that, airport and plane spotting VR. Right, we're coming up to our cruise altitude. So. Cruise altitude, the initial approach altitude. So I'm gonna disarm the speed brake and arm it, and we're gonna set the auto brake to 3. Actually, we'll go max. A very, very short runway, so we need all the braking power this aircraft can give us as we arrive into our destination. And we're going to set the range to 10 nautical miles. There comes the turn. 2,500 feet is the initial approach altitude. And that's the decel point. $2,000 is the restriction. So we're going to set it to 2,100. Looking good. 2,100 is set, and I'm going to now reduce our speed to 170 knots. 170 is set. And I'm going to go ahead and lower the landing gear after, let's see here, speed check, laps 5. Alright, speed is reducing, and approach. Alright, let's reduce our speed. There we go, flaps 5. Looking good. Right, engine mode selectors 2, continuous. Just look at that beautiful sight there. And the airport is somewhere over there between the mountains. A 737 MAX from PMDG would be awesome. I'm not sure, but I think they are working on one. Alright, we're looking good, folks, and hopefully we can nail this. I'm going to go ahead and start the recording here, so you might witness a little bit of a pause as we do that. Let's see. No. Change that to... Alright, so you might see a pause now just as flight control replay is setting things up. And then it should resume, hopefully. Alright, here we go. We're back in business. Now we are at the decel point, so I'm just going to leave it just a little bit, and right before we begin the turn I will lower the landing gear. We don't want to lower the landing gear during the turn, but we are actually pretty close now. Should be somewhere there. Yeah, somewhere over there is the airport. Alright, what we're going to do now is we are going to go to flaps 15. Right, flaps 15, and reduce our speed to 140 knots. And let's go ahead and lower the landing gear. Landing gear is going down. Hello, San Sabastian. Here's our turn. About 48 minutes so far into the flight, so we are right on time. At least from a time perspective, we have met the expectations of our business executives flying today to San Sabastian. Just what a beautiful approach. Right, we can see the needle here coming to the middle. 2,100 feet. Here's our turn. Brilliant. Looking good. You can see the glide slope and the localizer needles now showing up on the display. We're going to keep the aircraft at the current speed and altitude. There comes the turn. And by the way, the runway is right over there. So the aircraft will kind of side slip until that's the runway there. And we're going to have to be very careful as we come into land because although it's showing a straight here on the localizer, actually that's the localizer needle, we're going to have to go like slightly to the left until we align completely before we land. Alright, we can see the glide slope needle coming down, and the airport is right ahead of us. So we have the landing gear down, but what we can do is we're going to go to flaps 20. Flaps 25, and we're going to reduce our speed to 129 knots. I believe the final speed was 124 knots. Alright, that's 129. Flaps 30. We have the runway in sight. We are on the glide slope and the localizer. What a beautiful approach into San Sabastian, ladies and gentlemen. Now you can see the turbulence here. Alright, let's go to 124. And flaps 40. Alright, we're looking here. The runway, I can see the runway lights. Okay, 1,470. Look at this approach, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful approach. Alright, I think at this point I'm going to disconnect the autopilot. Alright, my aircraft. And let's see here.
1,000.
Auto throttle disconnected as well. My airplane. Let's set this properly. Wow, the wind is so strong. reverse. And welcome to San Sabastian, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! That was a very rough landing, I tell you that. Wow. That was a really rough landing, guys. All right, I'll let you guys. It was a nice landing, without a doubt. I really enjoyed it. It was very, very challenging with a very short runway. We're gonna have to go to the end of the runway and then bring the aircraft. Yeah, we're gonna do the replay without a doubt. But it was definitely a lot of fun. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, San Sabastian, Lima Echo, Sierra Oscar by MK Studios, the newest Q8 pilot, official partners. And we're going to turn here and go back. What a beautiful, beautiful scenery again of this airport. I'm going to leave the flaps so that we can do the replay. But that was a lot of fun. Definitely a beautiful approach. I really enjoyed this this approach and the challenge. And it was those challenges are always the most fun to fly. Absolutely. And this was really a very challenging approach because one, the runway is very short, and two, the winds were so strong coming in. But nonetheless, it was, you know, we made it in one piece. There is a complaint from, you know, one of the senior executives aboard the aircraft that the landing was hard, but, but yeah. All right, let's go to off there. Wow, look at the beautiful scenery there. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Wow, this looks really very, very realistic there. And here's a look at the airport. And how about we call GSX and use the... see here, parking, walk-in, no bus. How about that? There's the follow me car. Where is he going? Come back. There he is. He's backing. He's changed his mind. I have no clue what he's doing. Oh, he wants us to follow him there. All right, let's go there. We'll follow you. So he made us actually get back on the runway to take us only on the next taxiway. Oh, what is he? What is this guy doing? He changed his mind. Alright, so he made it here. Alright, here we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to bring the aircraft to a complete stop here. Okay, parking brake set. And we're just going to leave the, actually, you know what, guys? We'll do the replay. Let me just kill the engines here real quick. And because I do want to show you, let's see here, go to GSX, and we're going to go to request deboarding.
The boarding requested.
All right. All right. While all the ground services, you know, come into position, let me just show you this airport real quick. That's the, by the way, again, very, very nice airport. And quite detailed. Just look at that. Very, very nice airport. San Sabastian Airport in Spain.
Passengers deboarding started.
So what I just really wanted to show you here is a custom GSX profile, and whoever's did this is just really brilliant, because he took the time to plot the passenger. Actually, we can get rid of this noise by coming to the FMC, and let's go here, menu, FS actions, maintenance, no, back, return, ground services, ground power unit, set, ground power unit, connecting. All right, now what you can see here is the passengers are actually, there is no buses at San Sabastian, and so the passengers would actually exit the aircraft and walk over the walkway here and make it all the way to the terminal. So now we have the ground power unit. All right, so that, all right, so I just really wanted to show you guys, again, some of the capabilities of GSX Pro, which I think is pretty cool. And whoever has done this profile has really taken the time to, you know, create this, because he has to create the waypoints, and this actually makes for a very believable and highly realistic experience with Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think it looks fantastic. We have arrived, yeah, at our destination. Exactly, yeah. So yeah, I think this is something I wanted to show you guys, and we still have the aircraft lights on for the replay. So I think you get the idea, and they actually walk all the way to the terminal, and they just kind of, you know, go inside. So he's really taken the time to, you see here, and that really does look very realistic and looks very nice indeed. I just really like GSX, and I love its capabilities. It provides for just a brilliant experience here. This looks, again, very realistic. I do like the animation of the people as well as they move out of the aircraft and begin walking. Very, very immersive, highly realistic, looks very good, and you can see now the passengers, they're walking all the way inside the terminal. Alright, so now what we're going to do, folks, is we are going to take a look at the replay. So I'm going to say stop recording, and we are... Thank you very much, Stephen. Appreciate it, my friend. Let's go ahead and load the flight. All right, load is complete, and let's go ahead and take it. I hope that the doors would remain closed in the replay. So I'm going to go ahead and click on play. Hopefully it would close the doors and bring the aircraft to the previous state. That's what I suspected, that the doors will be open. Let's see here. All right, Let's hit play. It's playing. We can actually come here to... Yeah, it's going to do some strange things, but that's okay. Actually, all the doors are closed. Yeah, it has, that's my bad. Alright, let me see here if we can bring it down here. There will be no gear, there will be nothing, no flaps. That's a bummer. That's really a bummer. But you'll be able to see how violent this approach was. Unfortunately, flight control replay will not... that's my bad, really. Because we should have... Yeah, definitely we were coming a little too fast. And then that's the landing. And the landing rate, by the way, was... let's see here, what was it? It was actually 320. So that was a very firm landing. Very, very firm landing. Indeed. Yeah, overall, this was a very nice flight. I really enjoyed it. It was fun to fly the business jet into San Sabastian. A very, very nice airport, actually by MK Studios. And yeah, I do like it a lot. It's a very, very well-made airport for the sim. And yeah, here is San Sabastian again before we head to Los Angeles International to take a look at the live traffic. And I will give you my honest feedback as to live traffic, which of course you have to pay for. And well, part of it you have to pay for. But here's a look at MK Studios' rendition of San Sabastian Airport, Lima Echo Sierra Oscar. A very nice airport. Again, the ground textures are simply outstanding. And here's the surrounding area. You can see all the boats. Very nice indeed. Again, if you like flying into, I love those runways where they're in the middle of the water. If you like those kind of runways, this is one airport I highly recommend. Ladies and gentlemen, San Sabastian, near the French borders in Spain, and it makes for a very interesting approach, quite challenging, quite a challenge, especially when you come in a large aircraft like a 737. As you can see here, a very short runway, but thankfully we made it safely. Yeah. All right. Perfect. So what we're going to do now, folks, for those of you who'd like to stick around, we're going to go head over to Los Angeles International Airport. So we are going to kill the flight control replay, and we're going to go to the main menu. And from the main menu, we are going to go to Los Angeles. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to actually leave the PMDG 737 so that you guys can also get a feel of how much frames we're going to lose. And there's quite a bit of frames that we're going to actually lose, but Create Pilot back, lost internet for a bit. Oh, sorry about that. I hope all is well now. All right. So here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to select Los Angeles, just because there is a lot of traffic there. Los Angeles International, of course, the Los Angeles International, the one that you're about to see is that of INI Scene, part of the INI Builds company, and which are, by the way, the Q8 Pilot official partners. And we're going to put the aircraft maybe at gate 150. We'll set this as the departure, and we're going to say fly. And we're just going to go there now, and then I'm going to bring up both softwares. You need two things to run live traffic. In fact, let me just start bringing... So Real Traffic is one. Real Traffic Launcher is one of them. And it takes quite a bit of time sometimes. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. updating, loading into cache, whatever. Yeah. So it takes a little bit of time sometimes to load the program. And yeah. And the reason I want to go to LA in the PMDG is, first, it's a although it is an optimized airport for performance, it does require require some hefty resources from your PC. So hopefully this will work out. Real traffic is launching. Still says it's launching. All right, so we are in Los Angeles International, and let's see here. All right, let's see here. GSX, obviously everything is coming up now. So let me just go to the external view. Right, so this is Los Angeles International Airport by iNicene, a beautiful rendition, in fact, the very best rendition of Los Angeles Airport for a flight sim is this rendition by iNicene, just absolutely breathtaking, very, very detailed airport. And let's see if the light is still not there. Real traffic is still not started. I had this issue earlier today, but let's see here. Checking local version, updating, loading into cache. Let's see if we'll just give it a little bit of time here, and hopefully it would work. Because without real traffic, the plugin just simply wouldn't work. So we'll just give it some time here, and hopefully it would start. Loading into cache. We'll give it some time. And so the difference is, while this is loading, the difference between, I'll tell you what the pros and cons of FSLTL and PXT with real traffic. FSLTL is lighter weight add-on, so you need only one application, one downloader, and you download the injector, and you download the flight models or the deliveries, if you will, and that's it. You run the injector, you set whatever you like, and that's it. Whereas here in real traffic, you have two programs to run. Now this is real traffic, and basically it's currently set at PSXT, but we can set this to spotter mode. So first I'm going to take it to spotter mode, and we have Los Angeles International Airport here. Hopefully we'll just bring the data now. Alright, so this is now the real-time data. Now when I say real-time, this is absolutely real-time data. And that's one of the big differences between real traffic and FSLTL. FSLTL gets the data from flight radar or flight radar 24. So this is basically real traffic now coming into LA, and if we scroll out, this is actually everything. I don't know how much what is the radius, but it's actually pretty massive because it shows you all the traffic in and around Los Angeles. But if we want to make it work with the sim, we're going to use PSXT, which is another plugin. Now, if we select this, this all is going to go away because it just has no data. But we're going to go to PXT here, PXT MSFS. Now, this is the program that actually injects the traffic. Now you can see it says sim real time. Now it's in green, so the traffic stream is now working. And we can see static. You'll start seeing the numbers here, static 33, so now it's counting all the static aircraft. And then eventually we'll start seeing update and live, park 5836, and it displays the airport as well. KLAX Los Angeles International by i9 Builds is already there. And all right, so now we can see some aircraft are being injected into the sim, live 14, and you can see the updates here. And if I go to the airport, already we can see some aircraft there taking off or landing. And you can see now the aircraft is filled with with aircraft here at Los Angeles. Again, it takes it in real time. So if the aircraft is actually taxiing, like you see here, you'll see it actually taxiing. If the aircraft is coming to park, you'll see it coming to park. One thing you will notice is that there's a little bit of a stutter with this version of AI. It is far more accurate than FSLTL. It shows a lot more with far better accuracy. You can see all aircrafts all over. So there's one over there, flying over there. There's coming aircraft here to park. This aircraft just landed. This one looks like it's going for departure right now. So from an accuracy perspective, I think PXSD it provides for a more accurate display of AI traffic in the sim. This comes from the real world. This is exactly what's happening right now at Los Angeles International. The number of aircraft may be a little less than the actual, but this is exactly what's happening at the airport right now. There's an aircraft here coming to land. I'm just going to keep it here so you can notice the stuttering. There's a little bit of stuttering. This is not the sim, by the way. This is not my machine. There's nothing wrong with MSFS. This is this program. For some reason, it has those stutters. You see that? To me, that stutter is an immersion breaker. From a distance, it doesn't really show that much. As far as you see that one here, there's an aircraft there flying over there. But it can also get worse with more aircraft. But with FSLTL, I've noticed absolutely no stuttering whatsoever. And it looks just incredible. Flight radar is pretty real time. As well, no. So flight radar is actually very accurate, yes. However, the way FSLTL works is there is a delay of about 20 minutes or so. So if you actually look at FSLTL and you look at flight radar, you'll see that there is sometimes this variable. Sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's 20 minutes. But for the most part, yeah, there is definitely a delay in what you see in flight radar versus what you see in the sim. Again, you can see it starting here very, very clearly. And there is also degradation in FPS. Without doubt. Here's an aircraft coming. Looks like this is what, Philippine Airlines? Yeah, it is. You can see many aircrafts there in the distance coming to land here at Los Angeles International. You can see the frames are suffering a little bit because there's a lot of aircraft, both parked, taxiing and taking off and coming to land. It really jam-packs your airport with real traffic from all over. Now, we can do a comparison between this and FSLTL, but this is the main difference. Here, you need to have two programs, and real traffic for MSFS is not free. So let me just real traffic, and let me see here. I believe this is the one here. Yeah. So this is the one here. All right, let me just bring this up to you guys. All right. So this is the page for real traffic. Fly with live real traffic in your simulator and so on and so forth. It's got some instructions here. It works for X-Plane. By the way, with live traffic, there's a plugin called Live Traffic. You can use it with it. And so here are the prices. The best value says 12-month license, all platforms for $89.99. All right, 25 discount. Or you can go for 1 month license, $9.99 to try it out, maybe if you like, 3 months and so forth. So it is going to cost you a little bit of money. That's the draw side. And by the way, I bought the professional license. So I bought this one here. And I think it says access to real-time traffic only, no satellite data access, only run on a single instance of real traffic at a time. The professional license gives you access to real-time and historical traffic data, access to destination traffic pre-filing when using PSXT, global satellite imagery for the past 7 days, subject to data availability. So the you do get a little bit more with the professional license, and yeah, I mean if you want to pay $179.99 for this license, or else you can pay the $89.99. But this is doesn't come as a free software. So this is something you have to pay for, and that is one of the main drawbacks of this program, is that you have to pay for it. FSLTL is absolutely free of charge and has less stuttering, or actually no stuttering whatsoever. And we'll take a look at that in just a minute here. But here again, I wanted to show you this, and you'll see, by the way, you will just continue. You can just set your your view here and keep it there, and you'll just keep seeing aircraft coming in and out. You can see there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 aircraft all lining up coming to land here at Los Angeles, and of course this one here is now taking off. Philippine Airlines, fully controlled, by the way. So if there is a go-round in real life, the go-round will be simulated here as well. Looks like there's an aircraft there coming to land on the... Oh, is there a runway there? It's coming to land on a different runway. So this one is taken off, this one's coming to land. How cool is that? I mean, very, very believable, very realistic. Minus, the stuttering and the fact that you have to pay for it. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly shut this down and bring FSLTL, just so that you can see the difference, and you can decide if this, if this software is something that you want to make an investment in. I like it for smaller airports. For big airports, I prefer FSLTL because of, it's easier on frames. This one can really bring your frames down. So yeah. So let me do that now, so that you guys can just see what's what's going on there. So we have static 26, about 31 aircraft there, live 76 aircraft. And we're going to use the same data here for FSLTL. All right, so I'm going to now turn off real traffic. Let's see, where is real traffic? There we go. All right, so that's real traffic. And by the way, it shows you the nearest station and all the weather information, all that. You can see it here. You can also monitor the traffic here in real time. All right. So we are going to stop that, and that will stop only the live traffic from being, whatever is there will still remain there, because we have PSXT still running. You can see now the sim is running, but there is no real traffic anymore, so nothing is being monitored now. And of course, if we close this, then all the traffic is immediately gone, and we are now, basically our frames are back, everything's back as usual. All right. So what we're going to do now is, let me bring up FSLTL, and they've made some nice changes in the new version. It looks like there is an update of some sort. All right, let me go ahead and update it real quick, just so that we use the latest version. All right, it's downloading the package. All right, perfect. The package is now installed. Let's go ahead and run it. Start, and it's going to start this window here. All right, let me just go through the settings with you guys real quick. I'm just going to say yes, change the settings. So maximum active IFR aircraft, current is 80. We're going to keep 80. Active VFR flights, 5. We'll leave it at 5. Additional parked aircraft, 10 is the max. So I've had it set at 30%. So 3 means 30%. So what I can do is, we'll just leave it at 30%. Maximum radius to inject aircraft, current is 100, the maximum is 200 kilometers, so we'll leave it at 100. Blocked aircraft time, this guys needs to be at 120, that's the default, so we'll leave it at 120. API key, that's my API key, that's fine. And disable blank liveries, we're going to say yes. Alright, yes, and disable generic models, we're going to say yes as well. And now it should start injecting the traffic. Now, once you start injecting the traffic, actually you can control everything from here. So if you click on FSLTL here in the sim, now you actually, in this new, it used to have only remove traffic, but now you can actually set everything. We have the IFR 80, VFR 5, and this is probably easier for you to set and forget. So now you can see the aircrafts are popping up. We can see more and more, but I don't really see anything in the skies yet. So yeah, I do have now the parked. That's probably the parked aircraft. So we do have them here, but unfortunately, I still can't see anything coming to land. It takes a time in FSLTL. It takes a little bit of time for the aircraft to start spawning, and you can actually see them. But you can see that the difference between FSLTL and PXST with real traffic, it's immediate. You know, you immediately see everything on the ground, aircraft taxiing on the ground. I don't like the stuttering that it produces, yeah, I still can't see anything here or right here. It takes a bit of time, but yeah. By the way, in the example that I've showed you of real traffic, we are using the base models from FSLTL. So it's what the program does, it searches for all the liveries available in the sim, and it uses them for model matching. So we've used the same models from FSLTL for PXST. I think there's an aircraft coming right in the distance there. I'm not sure, but yeah, it takes a little bit more time. Is GSX paid? GSX Pro is a paid add-on. Yes, random guy. In my experience, it takes about 10 minutes to get to any arrival or departure. Might be quicker at KLAX though. Yeah, KLAX might be quicker because of the nature of the airport and the amount of traffic. But yeah, it does take a lot of time. And of course, I'm not going to wait for it today. But I just wanted to show you what real traffic does, and it shows real traffic in real time. Whereas, and by the way, with one big difference that I must know between FSLTL and real traffic. In FSLTL, the actual route, the AI route, is actually not a real route. So the aircraft could fly from, from Los Angeles to San Francisco. So the departure will be accurate, the arrival will be accurate on the right runway, that is. But while the flight is en route, it will not follow the correct route in real life. So it has its own route. And that's what we use the API for, to enhance the AI route, the AI aircraft route. Whereas in real traffic, the aircraft will fly the actual route in real life with all the, you'll see all the SIDS and the stars, they will fly them correctly. If there is a go-round, you will see it, because obviously what is happening is it is injecting an exact image of what's happening in real life. FSLTL works in a slightly different manner, and so it does not control the AI. So if you're flying, for example, it will just ignore everything. There will be no go around. There will be nothing. Aircraft can crash into each other, and all that good stuff. And that has happened to me a couple of times, where aircraft starts piling up, and aircraft comes to land with disregard to anything on the runway. So it doesn't really control it, but it's enhanced. It will be enhanced with time, and those are very unique situations where this happens. For the most part, it works very well, and we still don't have any aircraft coming in. I do see the frames are suffering a little bit with FSLTL as well, not as much as real traffic, but still there's a little bit of there. Still, until this time, there's nothing there. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day and head over to bed. But it's been real fun, really doing this stream and flying into San Sebastian with you guys. I want to thank Gino for his support and for really all the memberships that you provided to the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. I want to thank all of you guys for your support, for your kind words over the past few days. It means a lot to me, guys. And for all the members, stay tuned for more information on the member-only stream of the Sparky 7400 coming right here on the Q8 Pilot channel very soon. Thanks very much, guys, for being here once again. And until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Stay safe. Oh, right before I ended the stream comes 50 memberships from Carl Childers. Thank you so very much. Wow, you caught me in the nick of time. And thank you so much, Carl. Gee, I don't know really what to say, guys. I'm just... you guys leave me speechless. Thank you very much, Carl, for your generosity and your support. Guys, if you received a membership from Carl, please make sure you do thank him for it. That's very, very kind of you, Carl. Thank you very much for all your support and everything that you do for the channel, for your encouraging words always. Thank you, guys. Really, thank you for everything. It really means a lot to me. 51 members today on this live stream. 55. Wow, that's a lot of members, and it just keeps going. It keeps going. Yeah, so far 50, and I think it's almost like 70 members or so. Yeah, I can see 64 new members now on the channel during this stream. 68. Number keeps going up. Thank you, Gino, and thank you, Carl, for your immense support. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so very much, guys. And yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun. Really, today we really enjoyed it together. It was a bunch of fun. All right, so guys, that was a beautiful way to end the stream with with 50 new members at the Kuwait Pilot channel, courtesy of the man, the one and only Carl Childers. Thank you very much. Jack R just came in with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much again, Carl. Thank you, Jack, for your super chat, $4.99. Thank you so very much. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, folks. Time for me to head the sack. So thank you very much for being here and for all the support that you've shown. And I will see you all very soon. But until next time, please do take care of yourselves and each other. Good night, and bye-bye for now.